Hello guys, Igor here doing that content marketing class. And today we are going to talk about how to create an effective content marketing strategy. The whole process is simple, but the workaround, the day-to-day use case is a little bit more complex. But I want you first to understand how to create this strategy, how to understand the process, and then you can on the daily basis just replicate the process understanding the metrics and also what your audience needs. The first thing you need to know when you create a content marketing strategy is to understand your target audience and your niche. You may create a content marketing strategy because you're a politician, because you're an artist, because you are a company selling, you have a company and you want to sell products and service. Anyway, you will have a target audience and you have a need, and you need to know what's your audience and what's your need. And of course, you need to learn, you need to understand the difference between target audience and need. A target audience is the group of people you serve. So you are addressing to some kind of people. If you try to market addressing everybody, you're gonna fail. So you need to know your persona. You need to know those guys you are marketing to, those guys that you are addressing the message. And also you need to have a need. The need is the service you specialize in offering to your target market. It may be lawyering service. It may be content marketing service. It may be some kind of clothes that you sell to people. So you have a need and a target market. Understand that, learn that, try to write it down, specifying it, understanding your persona and also aspects of your service, of your need, of your product. After you understand the target audience and the need, you need to start the process of content market creation. And it involves growing your email list, generating revenue, increasing website traffic, growing your online following, increasing likes and followers, and generate more leads. You will work with some platform, not all of them. If you have many platforms, you're gonna lose more time to engage people on those platforms, and it's not easy to transfer people from platforms to other platforms. It's a big issue. So you know, you need to understand which platforms will work better for you, and also which platforms you have the skill and the time to work on. If you can work in more than one platform, if you can work in Twitter and Facebook and YouTube at the same time, great. But if not, choose wisely the platform that you're gonna work. And it doesn't matter the platform. You need to get the audience somehow. You need to have it. You should not trust all your data, all your power to others. That's why, anyway, even if you don't have a blog, what I would recommend, you need to have a mail list. You need to get those emails. You need to have the basic data of your most engaging audience. The process of content marketing involves creating your content on the platforms you choose, increasing your presence, which is translated to having more likes, followers, engagement. With that, those engagements you will convert them in a list, in a mail list, and then you can sell service or products, generating more leads, converting them in customers. Also, content marketing have 6 golden rules: consistent, compelling, converting, relevant, unique, valuable. Let's say you want to work in a platform that's pretty difficult, but you can get outstanding outcomes, which is YouTube. So you want to be an YouTube creator. If you want to be an YouTube creator, you need to consistently create videos. If you don't create videos consistently, YouTube algorithm will not work in your favor. That's why you only go to the platforms that you can work on. And working on it is having consistent. It doesn't matter if it's one time per week or three times per day. You need to have consistent. Nowadays on YouTube, for instance, if you post more than one time per day, it's better. Also Instagram, also Twitter. Twitter, if you engage like 10 times per day, it would be awesome. But do you have the time? Do you have the resource? What do you like to do more? Do you like to would you like to write more than a blog or Twitter? Or you do prefer audios, so you're gonna go to the podcast, Spotify, for instance, or you like videos, you are into videos. So let's go to YouTube. You can choose any platform, the one that you like most. Start with one, but be consistent. Start with a platform that you will be able to be consistent. And also, it's not being consistent with any content. You need to be compelling. You need to have not exactly the best content, but a great content. You need to shine with that content. You need to do better. So that's why try to understand your best skills, if it's writing or being in front of a camera, because then you can choose the right platform, and the right platform will let you create the most compelling content is the ones that you have that you are more talent to do. Also, those content, they need to be optimized to convert. So if you're selling course, for instance, please optimize that content to convert customers, to convert students. Also, the content need to be relevant. It doesn't you're not gonna add value if you're creating, a content that everybody can create, that had the content is all around the internet. You're not adding any value. I mean, you're not being more organized, or you're not adding new relevant information. You are only doing the same thing. You're not getting anywhere if you do that. So try to be relevant. And being relevant, it's a consequence of being unique. You are already unique. You know how to do it. You need to improve. You need to train. You need to give an opportunity to yourself. And when you understand your best skills, what you like to do that with quality. Quality matters more than quantity. And that quality will drive uniqueness. And creating an unique content, not only creating the content that is beautiful or that has the better format. Sometimes creating the better content, in the case of online course, for instance, it's explaining better it. So you can create the better content and having uniqueness in many ways. Just try to find it. Are you good to organize things? Are you good to explain things? Are you good to show the pros and cons of some tool? So you'd like to create a review channel on YouTube, for instance. So try to find the kind of content that you can drive uniqueness. And also, all those things, being relevant, being unique, it means that your content is valuable. Remember on our SEO classes that Google will show the content that are more relevant, that are more valuable, that people that will answer the question that people are typing on the search item on Google. So if someone, for instance, already creates a review about a product, try to add more information that is relevant to create a valuable content to the customers, and then Google will help you to market that content. It will be organic. People will just find it because you are adding value. That's it's not why it's not about writing more, not about writing the write the correct words. No, it's about driving humanity. It's about driving value. It's about driving uniqueness. Understanding the rules of the content marketing, my to do, my homework for you will be choose the platform that will make you start your content marketing strategy. So choose between blog, newsletter, social media, and if you choose social media, choose between text or video or audio. If text, go to Twitter, for instance, or even Facebook. If video, go to YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, you have more options. If audio, start to drive your podcast and share. But doing it, adding value, which means being relevant, unique, so your content will convert, being compelling and consistent. And do your project management in a way that if you're creating your marketing strategy, you need to know how often you can post on the platforms you choose. For instance, if you want to be a blogger, having in your mind at least how many times per week you're going to post on a blog, how many times per week you're going to create a video, and stick with consistency. And I can guarantee you're going to get results. If you like that review, please take a look at Writer's End. That's a now awesome tool for content marketing. I just add in the description, they are having a huge promotion. You can get it like really less, really cheap on AppSumo right now. Thank you so much. Bye bye.